Hey folks, today's June the 20th of 2013 and I want to go over the euro, but before I do that, just want to let you know this is an educational video only, so please consult a professional financial advisor. I'm just a guy that looks at charts, support line, resistance lines, and just gives you my thought and my opinion. So with that being said, let's get into the chart. As you can see right here on the market profile, this is a strong level for the euro right here. Well, not strong, but it got some support with the volume. And that's like 31, somewhere around 31.48. And then you have the 20, which you found support right there. And it bounced off there. You got the 100. You got a couple of simple moving averages here. And you got, point of control, which is at 30.58. Value area high was at 3,400. And that got, hit and then it snapped back down. Chiku is kind of trying to get out of the cloud, and this is where you at right here. You are 32.15 is Woody's S, I guess R1 resistance, and it's just dancing on that pivot. So that's a strong pivot. These right here, I don't know if you've seen these before. But these right here, Jordan Peterson's pivots, which they do forecasting. So what it's telling me is that the trend is to the downside. So this is where it's going to find support, and you can see it's going to the medium, which is that PP, which is kind of like that 32.28. So that's where it's gonna kind of down. If it's gonna find resistance, it's gonna find it at that 32.94, and I think I have it set up for 2 days. I don't have it set up for 1 day. So this is for like 2 days ahead, and this is going to be support. But anyway, I'm just testing it out to see. I like more Woody's than anything, and Woody's weekly S2, S3 actually is at 32.40. So the negative thing about this is that you have a PPS sell signal, and you crack the mobile, and you bounce off the 20. And what is it going to do now? It might probably try to get to the Tenkin. The Cajun is all the way over here, so we'll see what it's going to do. Right now, it's just a blip on the radar. Let's look at the weekly and see what we got here. Let's see. Cloud is positive. I mean, these are Hakanashi candles, so it's still positive. The mobile end tip is at 31.86, so you're still above that. The Cajun is at 32.27, so that might be resistance right now. You got that monthly R1 resistance, which is at 32.15, which is above, but the Cajun is at 32.26, so it might find that as resistance. Other than that, it might probably find the tip of this cloud as resistance also right here. So we'll see. That could be 32.58 and maybe snap all the way up there and then come down. But other than that, it's still bullish on the weekly. It's just a big whack on the head. Let's look at the big picture. Actually, before I do the big picture, I want to show you my monthly spirals. This is like WD Gann stuff, tunnels in the air for me. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was telling you that the pink line here was kind of like the one I was following. I don't know what's up with my thing. It's not working. But anyway, this is the one that was important. I noticed, and you can see that it found support, and I was speculating that this was going to be resistance, and it pierced it, and I thought on the 13th that was going to be the pivot high and it was going to tank. But to my surprise, it kept going up, and I kind of felt the heat, but I kept adding to my shorts just because it's one of those things, either gut feeling or whatever. Normally I have a stop, and I do have a stop. It was just much higher. I was just going to feel a lot of more pain if it would have popped up, but to my my luck, it came down and broke through all this, and it just found support at the spiral level here. I think it's gonna probably find support here and maybe tag this one, the pink one, and maybe base off right there. Or if it doesn't, maybe tomorrow it might come and I got this all backwards. Find it right there. What level is that? Where the spiral level is at 30.94ish around there. I think it's gonna find some good support and maybe go sideways and then maybe shoot up again and test this. Try to test this high out and see if it could take it out. Let's look at the big picture and see what we got on the indicators and what they're telling us. Looking at that candle, looks like the pressure wants to go lower, but we'll see. You know the drill: monthly, weekly, daily, and the 12-hour. Let's start with the 12-hour. You got a PPS sell signal, 3 Hakanashi candlesticks going down, so the trend is negative. You broke the 20. You found support at the Fibonacci level right here, which is at 38.2. You got good support down here on the 12-hour. You got the 50, you got the 200, the 100, and the 500 simple moving average. You got the 50 right here. So a lot of good support. Tima is saying stay negative. If you're on the 12-hour, you can see divergence was already building in on the 12-hour while price was going higher. You got a signal to go short here, or that to let you know that while even things are going sideways and pushing higher, things are not looking good, while even Tima was telling you stay long. So this was a red flag. CCI, the 50 just broke the zoom mode, so I wouldn't be surprised if this gets a snap back up, gets to the 50, and maybe pushes even lower. You got a cluster of Fisher signals. You got sell, you got up, and then a sell. So like looks like a wave 3 setting up now to go to the downside. So it could get a pop, but looks like more likely like it's pushing lower. You can see MMG pushing lower too. I wouldn't be surprised if it tags this 50 line and then shoots lower. TTM shortwave was doing the same thing, and the TTM squeeze was pushing lower while, like I said, price was going higher. The daily, Hakanashi, 3 candlesticks down, negative. You broke the mobile band. You kissed the 20 as support. You got the 500, and you got a PPS sell signal. Tima just turned negative. You got divergence on the MACD, and the mobile just got negative, telling you to stay short. And this right here, CCI 50 just cracked zoom mode, and it looks like it wants to do a snap back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if London boys pop it tonight or tomorrow, and then see what happens. It maybe just fails and pushes lower. Fisher sell signal, purple. I like that. You got the hockey stick, which tells me that it could push up and then fail again. Divergence, or not divergence, just going negative, and negative too. On the weekly, strong. You got 3 positive candles, Hakanashi. You fail. You're below the 500, below the 200. You got support at the Fibonacci level right here, the yellow. You're positive on Tima, positive on Mobo. CCM, it looks like it's getting out of zoom mode, so that's kind of sign of weakness. That's still positive, no Fisher sell signals, not even the yellow one. So it's still strong to the upside. You can see that it got whacked a little bit. It could probably push lower and maybe bounce off that 50 line. And on the weekly, you just setting up for a squeeze. This week right here, you got that red dot, and it looks like it wants to push higher. Short-term TTM pushing higher too. And right here on the monthly, you're pretty much on chop mode. You're back into this no man's land again, right in between the mobile bands, and this is the monthly, but still positive on Tima, positive, kind of choppy. This just turned positive. Let's see what's going to do once it hits this 50. Are we going to go higher, or is it going to just push down? But mind you, this is the monthly, and you still got that squeeze play setting up on the monthly that looks like it wants to go higher, and this looking like it wants to go higher too. Let's look at our part 2 of our big picture to see our thermal and see what we got there. If this loads up, thermal, I normally have it on my 12-hour and on my daily, and you can see right here that, you know, this is already looking negative, and this is getting a minor bleep, nothing major. The trend is still strong. It's kind of mixed, you know. It's like, what are you gonna follow? You know, this is telling you kind of stay in trend. TMS telling you the trend has changed, but the weekly's still strong. So I normally kind of follow the weekly. Once the weekly starts getting negative, then, you know, uh, everything else is going to start falling in place. But as of right now, it's kind of short-term blip on the radar that things are not looking good short-term. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll keep posting them as they come. Peace.